The soil sheltering my seed, the soil I call Hong Kong. Mountains as backdrops as neon lights light up the city. I spent a whole day gazing at China's canvas, my eyes moonlit. The arms of the city embraced me with refilling soups and lanterns until I boarded that plane. My life felt natural, taking the journey of a growing root and lavish soil before its lung pockets take its first breath above the pot. First foot stepped on American soil, static creaks in my ear like a fork in a bowl. Everything gibberish on American soil, the teacher's words, the student's slurs, the noise of the birds' crying chirp. All was gibberish. A smile and a high can only go as far as a bird in a cage, only as far as a kid tied in chains. I am that bird in the cage, wings flutter with chains glued to my legs, clanging on the cage. The language barrier surrounds me like glass, like a rope between two beams and a bright burgundy do not touch, as if I need to be scanned by groups of pairs of eyes. I'm the farthest thing from a zoo exhibit. But my accent was simply equal to a tiger's roar, to a monkey's chant, to a hamster's cry. I was a species to others. I was a moldy, rusted pot concealed in a shrine, bolted in this American soil. Dancing in crowds, yet I feel so divided. Why utter a noise when they perceive your voice is shattered? When will they admit that my color raises factors of failure? Our blood boils because we don't get understood in this American soil. I can't help but wonder, am I invading this American soil? Years pass and my seed stretches to stems as I learn to speak English, as I learn to fit in with the citizens, as I replace my roots with American slang, as I displace my culture for validation. I lost my own validation in this American soil. Just because of my illuminating Chinese eyes and how I look and how I dress and how I read, and my smiles are disguised for the shattered feng shui of my life. But not through the actions of my hands, I'm seen as lower than the American soil. As my roots start to grow leaves, I realize my people were hated in this American soil. Even after I learned English and the slang and the best smiles to fake, after the verbal hits from the hateful kids, after the hobbies I learned, after the lessons I seeked, after I smile and I breathe, this hate still makes me weak. This hate, which causes nothing but shame. This hate, which stops people from growth, walking this American soil. In a prosperous land and a diverse community, my leaves evolve into petals, and I now understand my family's fear rises with the clicking channels. 24, 25, 26, glancing at the screen and back, they glance at the face of Asian casualty like a mirror. Reflection punches them in the face. Seeing each block of downtown as I might get a knife in my back, and echoing, "I love you, Mom," as I close the door behind me, and echoing, "I love you, son," as I come home, hands filled with groceries. As I speak to the people today, I still wonder if one day I'll get assaulted and killed and put in a grave and be known as less than a name, only a statistic. Because even with English and smiles wired in my brain, that doesn't mean shit when your skin color reels in hate. My Chinese side died about 7 times, reborn about 8. My newly bloomed petals ripped, boxing this gate, the metal clangs punch after punch until they bend. The clangs form harmony. Clangs form holes in my Hong Kong flag, yet it still waves. I look at my seed once planted in Hong Kong, now Americanized into the spirits of a bouquet with holes in its stems, rips in its leaves, insects in its flowers. I'm still the seed I once was, the seed which was so excited to grow out of the pot, the seed concealed beneath the armor of my plant, beneath society's labels, beneath my broken dialect, the seed that represents a Hong Kong American.